today's Payday free video, we're going to be showing you how to get the True Connoisseur achievement, which requires you to steal the painting by Shanda Latrell in Under the Surphaze. And this is to be done on very hard or higher, and you need at least 3 people to do this. The first thing you're going to need to do is get on the roof somehow. There's multiple ways up to the roof. You're just going to need to mask up in a quiet area where there's less civvies and less cameras and get up to the roof. Once you're on the roof, you'll see a bunch of fire escapes that you can come down onto the second floor. You're going to find out what fire escape there is to get to the closest area where the security room is. So go down one of the fire escapes and you will notice the security room right in front of some windows. Just make sure that you are at that closest area, and then you're going to want to break through nice and stealthily. Notice that there's tons of indestructible cameras on very hard, so that's why we're going to the security office first, because it'll make your life a lot easier later on. So just make sure there's no cameras looking at the door, because you're going to need to go and lockpick it. So just go over once all the cameras are good, and you can lockpick the door. There will be a guard inside, you can take him out, and then you can pick him up and then answer his radio. Sort of standard stealth stuff at this point. Now, if you do mess anything up at any point, if you restart from the pause menu, you will be able to get the same instance, so just remember that later. Sometimes it might be good to run around and find the items that you need loud so you know where they are, and then do it all stealthily later. Once you've picked up the phone, you're going to want to find smartphones in break rooms. There's one in the security office, one in the break room, one in the manager's office. Anything in a side room that isn't an exhibit, you probably will find a smartphone to scan, and you will find a QR code on that. And you'll need that to get into the exhibits. Well, most of them anyway. Some of them you can jump in from the roof, but we will do some of them from the roof and some of them from the QR codes. But there's tons of them, so just grab them and you'll be good to go. Once you've done that, you're going to want to go to the opposite side and find the manager's office. And the reason you're going to need to find the manager's office is because inside here, on his desk, are 3 small statues, and they represent 3 larger statues that are hidden around the art gallery in exhibits. And these statues you need to pick up, but you need to pick them up all at the same time. This is why you need 3 people to do this achievement. So you can see the statues on the desk, and just make note of what they look like. Draw them out on a piece of paper, make note of them, because you're going to need to know exactly what you're looking for when you're searching for the larger statues in the exhibits. And this is why I say you can do 2 attempts. You can go ahead and do 1 loud so you know where all the statues are, because they won't change if you do the pause and then restart, because it's the same instance. But it's just up to you. You can do it all in one if you do want to just explore and take out all the art anyway. Once you have found the statues in the office and you've noted them all down on what ones you need to get, then you can start heading to the rooms and start disabling the laser grids. Now, take it slow, obviously don't trigger any alarms. If you do, then obviously just restart from the pause menu. No big deal if you do mess it up. It did take me a few attempts as well. The lasers that move around the room in this sort of circular pattern, they won't see you if you stand still, even if you're underneath it, but the trip lasers that move about, then obviously they do, and any ones that cover the floor that makes the floor look like lava. And then what you can do is locate the actual statue you're looking for. Here's one, for example, and then you're going to want to lockpick the cage. You can do this now or later, but lockpick it now while you've found it, just so you know where it is, and make a note on the exhibition room that it is in. So for this statue, it's in E4. Now, you're going to want to find on the second floor the 2 civilians. Ideally, you don't want to take out any of the guards because you want to save your radios for downstairs. But you're going to want to take the civilians into any of the side rooms. The guards don't seem to venture in there, and then just tie them up. It'll make your life a lot easier because you're going to be out on the main floor of the second floor quite a lot. And if they spot you, they'll just call something in. It makes life a lot easier when you're dodging 2 people and not 4. So there will be 1 manager and 1 maintenance worker. Put them anywhere you like and just make sure they're out of the way. And then you can just avoid the 2 guards. What we did is we had 2 people running around the floor and 1 person on the cameras, just so they can constantly mark the guards so we don't need to worry about it. Once you've taken care of all the civilians, you can go head out onto the main floor and find an iPad looking thing on the wall somewhere. It's a random location on the second floor, but once you've done that, and you've found it, you can go and stand in these circles and wait for that green bar to go up. Just make sure the bar is filled all the way up, and that basically takes the cages down from those exhibition cases so you can take the statues themselves. Once that's done, you can do the exact same thing for the bottom floor, but the bottom floor is a lot harder. It's more open, and there are 5 guards on the bottom floor, not just 2. There are no civilians to worry about though, so don't worry about that too much, but it is the 5 guards that you need to take care of. That's why I said save your last 2 radios for this, because you will need it. Same thing again, find the iPad on the bottom floor and then just fill up the circles. No big deal, nice and easy. Once that is filled, you can then go ahead and get all of your team to the statues that you've found. So the 3 different statues that you need to pick up at the same time. One person goes one way, one person goes the other way. Nice and easy. So you get to the statues, you can open the display cases at any point, but just do not pick them up until you're all ready to pick them up at the same time. So it's good to do a countdown if you're talking to each other, and then you've got them all at the same time. You can dump them anywhere or secure the loot. It doesn't matter. If you have a zipline bag, it makes life a lot easier. But just make sure you're picking it up at the same time. I can't stress that enough, because the next step will not work if you just pick them up in random orders. Once you've done that, you can go to the manager's office. Well, one person needs to go to the manager's office, one person needs to go downstairs. In the manager's office, there are 3 paintings, and on that wall, the middle painting will now be able to move, and there's a red button. Do not press that red button yet, but you need someone to press that when another person is in position. The person downstairs will be going between E3 and E2. There is a room, just a blank room. Just be careful of all the guards walking about, and then you'll see the painting that you need to steal behind the barrier. It's lit up. There's no lasers yet, but there will be. Just bear that in mind. So you've been stealth up to all this point. You just need to make sure no guards spot you, because they do patrol right up to the archway that leads into this room, and they will spot you pretty easily. And a guard does actually spot me in the footage you're about to see. So once the guy is ready with the button and all the guards are out of the way, you can jump over the barrier. It won't trigger any alarms. Just make sure you're right underneath the painting, because you're going to need to time this very carefully. And then what you're going to want to do is the guy's going to press the red button, and you're going to pick up the painting at the exact same time. As you can see, there's a guard spotting me now, so I'm going to have to take him out. We've got no more radios. So I've picked him up, picked the painting up. That's fine. You can go loud now. As you can see, the guard has spotted the dead body. You can go loud. All you're going to need to do now, if you've gone loud, is go all the way up to the roof, signal the chopper, and throw the painting in. As soon as you've thrown the painting into the chopper, that's your achievement done. You don't even need to complete the mission, although you're so close, you might as well. So as soon as you throw the painting inside the chopper, give it a second and your achievement will pop, as you can see there. A really rare achievement, not many people have got this just yet, but from there you can either go and get the rest of the loot, or you can try it stealth, which is what I'm going to show you now. So if you go to the security room and you go onto the cameras and you navigate to the cameras inside the room with the painting that you're about to steal, there are 2 cameras in that room. So if you navigate all the way along, you'll be able to see, once the painting has been picked up, all the lasers are active, but you'll see a pathway that you can actually navigate through without tripping any of the lasers. So what I recommend doing is, if you're in a Discord call or something like that, share your screen. So rather than going, go forward, go left, go right, the person that's actually trying to get out of the lasers can see what they're doing. And you can just move the cameras as and when they need to. That is really actually the easiest way of doing it, because go forward, go left, go slightly right, it doesn't always work because the positioning isn't pinpoint precise. So all you need to do is make sure that there's no guards that see you, and then you can jump over the barricade, but just jump to make sure that you're on the arrow, and then just follow the arrows all the way along. As you can see, no alarms have gone off, and you're able to move out there pretty quickly. Although you've got to be careful, it is like Mission Impossible. You do have to just switch the cameras, make sure you guys all good that's getting out of there. And then once you've done that, if you've got a zipline bag, it's nice and easy. Just go to where the zipline bag's set up. It'll take you all the way to the van, and you can secure it in the van. or if you've got the dumpster secure point, you can put it in there as well, nice and easy. That's pretty much it. That's how you get the painting, that's how you steal it. It's a really, really annoying one, but once you figure out how to do it, it's a lot easier. It's just the whole getting 3 people to coordinate together that you'll find the most annoying, especially if you haven't got 3 people to play with. But anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, a like's always appreciated. Subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.